The new 911 GTS Hybrid has received a mixed response, with some people being excited about the performance boost from the new hybrid powertrain and other people preferring the more old-school qualities of the previous model. But how do the two stack up against each other? In this video, we're going to compare the outgoing 992.1 GTS to the incoming 992.2 GTS to see which is the better 911. And on a side note, the 992.1 GTS was available from 2022 to 2024. But just so you don't have to hear me say the term 992.1 over and over again, I'm just going to be referring to it as the 2024 model.
With the hybridization, the response feels almost like that of a naturally aspirated engine. You step on the gas and it accelerates immediately, which is what you want as a driver, especially on the racetrack.
The biggest and most obvious differences between the 2024 and 2025 models are the powertrains, but it's not just the hybrid system that's new. At the heart of the 2025 GTS is the 3.6-liter 9A3B6 internal combustion engine, which is a radical departure from the previous 3-liter 9A2 motor that's been powering the Carrera lineup for the past 4 years. And because all the hype is focused on the hybrid aspect of this car, most people don't know how incredible the new internal combustion engine is. Not only is the new engine's displacement over half a liter larger than its predecessor, its overall dimensions are slightly smaller, and the engine height is 4.3 inches lower, offering a much better center of gravity and additional room in the engine bay for other components. This was achieved by increasing the bore and stroke and compression ratios and utilizing a smaller manifold and cylinder heads, and also eliminating the VarioCam Plus variable valve lift system. If you're new to my channel, I publish unique Porsche-focused content every Sunday. So if you're not subscribed yet, click below to subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notifications bell to be notified of my latest videos. Also helping to reduce the engine size, the compressor for the air conditioning system is now powered electrically, so there is no need for a belt drive. Thanks to increased boost pressure, assistance from the electric motor, and additional roller bearings, the new engine only needs a single turbocharger to achieve Porsche's desired power level. And with the new modifications, turbo lag is reduced by 1/3. The previous 911 GTS is powered by the twin-turbocharged 9A2 motor. And while there certainly is nothing wrong with this engine, Porsche has accomplished a lot of exciting things with their new 9A3B6 motor, so I have to give the powertrain win to the 2025 GTS. For the 2025 GTS, the new engine combined with the electric motor give the car a total output of 532 horsepower and 449 pound-feet of torque. This is an increase of 59 horsepower and 29 pound-feet of torque over the previous model. The 2025 model can do 0 to 60 in a reported 2.9 seconds, but it's probably faster than that. And it has a top speed of 194 miles per hour. The 2024 model can do 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds and has a top speed of 193 miles per hour. And the 2025 model has a Nürburgring lap time of 7 minutes and 16.934 seconds, which Porsche says is 8.7 seconds quicker than the previous model. So for the performance category, the win clearly goes to the 2025 model. Today's video about the 911 GTS is sponsored by Art Driver Automotive Prints. These unique Porsche art prints are a great way to improve the aesthetics in any room in your house, and a great way to help support this channel. They feature museum quality printing on heavy-duty paper that has a partly glossy and partly matte finish. You can check out the entire collection by clicking on the link in the description below. The 2025 911 GTS features a new 8-speed PDK dual-clutch transmission only, whereas the 2024 911 gave you the option of an 8-speed PDK or a 7-speed manual transmission, and selling a 911 GTS without a manual transmission is sacrilegious. So for the transmission category, the win goes to the 2024 GTS. For the 2025 model, the changes made to the interior are few but significant. The left side ignition key slot has been replaced by a push-to-start button, and this has upset a number of people, as the left side ignition has been an iconic element of the 911 since day one. Personally, I'm not bothered by this change so much, but Porsche should have made the button red. Now, the big news on the 2025 911 interior is the switch to the all-digital dash. With the previous model, Porsche had reduced the analog dial count to just one, but at least you got a big, beautiful analog tachometer to monitor your RPMs with. And while the 2025 dash might be more customizable, it looks cheap and certainly doesn't give the feel of an expensive, high-performance sports car. Another design element that I think was poorly done is the awkward break in the border around the gauges. In the 2024 model, the dash has a much more simple overhang design, and while it doesn't look as good as the complete wraparound design found on previous 911s, it looks a lot better than this. Also, to reduce weight, Porsche has eliminated the back seats, but the back seats were one of the biggest selling points of the GTS over the GT3. Without a doubt, the point for the interior goes to the 2024 GTS. The front is definitely the least flattering view of the 2025 GTS. The eye goes straight to those visually grating vertical shutters, and then you immediately notice how unfinished looking the rest of this area is. But on the other hand, the front of the 2024 model is much more tasteful and classic looking. The rear of the 2025 model looks sterile and passionless. The black plastic molding that encompasses the redesigned light bar features completely parallel top and bottom lines, and there's something about this that just makes the car look so emotionless. The redesigned deck lid, which I call the stopwatch design, also does not look as good as the deck lid on the 2024 model. The redesigned molding at the bottom has been simplified, and while it doesn't look bad, you couldn't call it a big visual improvement. The profile perspective is the only angle where the 2025 model looks slightly better. The bulges around the intakes in the front fascia look muscular and aggressive, and from the side, the vertical shutters don't look so bad. And the simplified molding at the rear also looks slightly better from the side. But the choices of wheels for the 2025 model do not look as good as what was available for the 2024 model. So overall, the point for the exterior category goes to the 2024 model. A couple years ago, the biggest news about Porsche values revolved around the air-cooled cars, but today, that news revolves around Porsche hybrids and EVs, and that news is mostly bad. While the values of late-model internal combustion 911s and Caymans are going up, the values of hybrid and electric Porsches are dropping quickly. When it comes to long-term values for the 2025 GTS, the polarizing redesign of the front end, coupled with the lack of a manual transmission, and a complex hybrid system that will be extremely expensive to maintain, plus the lack of interest in hybrids in the used Porsche market, The 2025 GTS looks to be a perfect storm of depreciation. While the 2024 model should hold its value nicely, and manual transmission equipped models might even see a rise in value in the near future. So the point for long-term value goes to the 2024 model. In this competition, the 2025 GTS scored points for performance and powertrain, but the 2024 GTS scored points for transmission, interior, exterior, and long-term value, making the 2024 GTS the winner. Thanks for checking out this video, and don't forget to check out my Porsche art prints, which are linked in the description below. And for more Porsche content that you cannot find anywhere else, click here to subscribe.